Hello everyone, this is Eagle and welcome back in Steel Division 2. Today we are going to review mobile front group Bezuglogo, named after a commander as we can see here. And as Eugene mentions here, this commander name was Bezugli. This combat group was created to support the 39th Army during Operation Bagration. And it had the 28th Guards Tanks Brigade, which is a formation with a low priority replacements, as Eugene mentions here. So it mentions here that it had a mix of different tanks, and some of them were captured Tigers, and they only had a single Su-88, which is basically an Ashram. And it says here that the group was small, but it was highly mobile and effective, and it had a strong support area. Now, this is all accurate. Adding to this that this group, also known as the 5th Guard Rifle Corps, and it was named after Commander Ivan Bezugli to support the 39th Army in Operation Bagration. And it seems that there is something in common with all these commanders who led the mobile front groups. So like what we mentioned in Group Turina, for example, Bezugli also had his issues during his military career. So basically in 1942, he was a major general in the 9th Airborne Corps, and he failed to carry on an order from Airborne Council, Military Council, and as a result of this, he was demoted to a colonel. Later on, he was assigned to the 158th Rifle Division, and he was actually wounded in 1944. And of course, he later regained his military rank, and he became even a lieutenant general. That is basically all about this commander. It's also worth to mention that this 28th Guards Tank Brigade, which served under this mobile front group, was able to actually capture Tigers intacts and reuse them against the German. These Tigers were abandoned by their crew, so they were in a good condition. So that is basically it regarding this group. So let's move on and see how did I configure this division. So everyone, this is the group, and let's see how did I configure it. I am happy with this group, to be honest, because it is good in all branches almost. Not like other divisions which we reviewed so far, that every division had a weakness or two in one of two branches. But in this division, you can basically get lots of diverse options. So moving to the recon tab, we have this BA-10M, which is light recon vehicle, as we know by now. So I used one card of these, and finally Eugene added the T-70 Razvedka, and as we know, it was missing from all the previous divisions that we reviewed so far. But finally, they remember that there is a tank called T-70, and they decided to add it. And then I added one card of the Razvedka, which we got them back in this division, and they have the bazooka. So this is a good unit which I always like to add. So luckily we have it also in this division. Other than this, we have some other recon units, and we have the T-34-76. Someone might want to add it, but in this case, I am only adding these three cards. In infantry tab, you also have lots of options to choose from. So basically, I choose the Streliki semi-automatic rifles in phase A, and I had one commander. And I added the commander which has the sniper on it, and it can be very useful to support your troops. So and I added also one card of the Tanko Desaniki, which comes with the M2A1 armored personnel carrier, and it has also the 50 cal on top of it. And then I moved in phase B, and I added one card of Automatiki, one card of Sabiri, and one card of this unit, Strafniki, which I believe it's a Binal also troop, with a strength of 20 men. And it is good in long and medium range, and it has also an anti-tank rifle. And then one card of Streliki in phase C. So basically, lots of options in this infantry tab. This is obviously a mechanized division, so it makes sense to have these kind of options. Nothing here more interesting, so we can move to the tank tab. So in the tank tab, as we mentioned before, there are some tigers. So I added one card of these tigers in phase A, so they are 3 tanks basically, and one KV 1S Komrotti also in phase A. And then I added one card of this cheap T-34 76 model 42 in phase B. Not much options in the tank tab, but having the tiger will make this division at least have some power in the tank side. In the support tab, I added one card of the flamethrowers in phase A, and then another card for the machine guns, SG-43. And we have the Maxim here also, but I prefer the SG-43 because of its range. That is now similar to the MG42, so that's why I prefer it. And then I added one card of the support guns, infantry support guns, and of course one commandant, and one card of supply trucks. And we have this beautiful SU-122, which is a good support gun against infantry, and it has 2000 meter range, so it's also good to use. I added this on phase B, so we will have support in phase A and we will have support in phase B, which is something good. In anti-tank tab, I used all the available slots basically, and I tried to mix between the available units. So I used the BTRS 41, which is a bit fast because they come with the motorcycle, and they only cost 10 points, so they are also cheap. I didn't add the Panzerschreck, to be honest, because I already have the recon unit Razvedka. So, and I added M42 anti-tank gun in phase A, Vetted. And I added the Nashron, of course. The Nashron is a very strong, powerful tank or tank destroyer, basically, because it has a penetration of 230 millimeter and a range of 2000. So it is a good tank to basically penetrate heavy armor like the IS-2 or the Tigers or the King Tigers. So that's why I have it in my inventory. And I also added one card of the Su-76 PT, which is basically also anti-tank or tank destroyer. And I also added one card of the Z3 BT 76 millimeter. And that's how I configure the anti-tank tab. Someone might configure it differently, but I tried to use as much as I can from tank destroyers and anti-tanks to compensate the lack of tanks in the tank tab. Even though that we have the Tiger, but we should always have something that could destroy big tanks as well. Anyway, anti-air tab. This division has pretty good anti-air tab, and it is also cheap. It costs only one slot. So I used only here two, which is basically the Zen Art in phase A and Zen Art 85mm in phase B. I could have used more, but there are also strong air tab in this division, so that's why I did not use all the available options here. Moving to the artillery, of course I added one card of the 82mm mortars and one card of mobile artillery Su-76, and also one off-map artillery as well as the Katyusha. And the artillery tab here is very reasonable. It has mobile artillery, it has mortars, as we can see, so it's not bad. It's a decent tab. So moving to the air, this division also has really good air units. So I added Dayak 1B as fighters, and I added them with a Vet 1, so I would have a better agility. And then I have the A20 Boston, which is basically a Lend-Lease heavy bomber, and it's very good. It's a very good bomber. I added another card on phase B, which gave me 4 of these. And I added one card in phase C as tank buster or anti-tank rocket plane, which can destroy heavy tanks as well. It has rockets of 132mm. So yeah, basically that's it. 4 cards, but they are basically very versatile. I have basically all the options: the fighters, the bombers, and the tank busters. So yeah, that's how I configured this division. I found this division very good. It has pretty good performance in the battlefield. And that's thanks to the fact that it has all the options in all the tabs. So let's jump in a battle and see how did we perform using this division. So everyone, this is the game which I choose to showcase this division. This is one of the toughest game that I played, and there are several reasons. The first reason is that the opponent is pretty good. The second reason is that I hate this map, which was added recently to the pool of the maps, and I'm not quite used to play in this map, so I don't like it. So yeah, let's see how this game went. My opponent is called President Trump, and he's a good player, to be honest. Okay, let's choose this side. He started deploying his units on the right side with blue, and I am deploying with red on the left side. So let's see how this will go. As I said, I hate this map. I don't like it at all. I don't feel it's good to play in this map, but this was added recently in the pool of maps. Eugene added 2 maps actually. This is one of the ones that I don't like. So he's playing with Romanian Blindata, Romania Mare, first Blindata, and I am playing with the Gruppa Bezuglogo. He's also playing as a Maverick. Another reason to hate this game. So anyway, he had his MG42 here, and he started deploying lots of units in this area. I think he's planning to do a push. He also has Yeah, he has this Riseta AC 75mm, which is a really good anti-tank gun. It has very high rate of fire. Anyway, I should have actually destroyed this with the bomber, but he right away deploys a Messerschmitt. In this side, he deploys all of his units in here. He's trying to move in this area, like as I said. I am also trying to deploy some infantry on this here, on this side. I have an anti-tank guarding this hill and also a support gun. There is a fight here between the Messerschmitt and the Yak-1B. The Yak-1B is about to lose, and that is thanks to the anti-air that he has. Yeah, he's gonna destroy it. I don't have proper anti-air, so I lost my first Yak-1B. I have 13 flag and he has 11, but I think he's gonna fix that soon. This unit is pretty powerful unit, considering the fact that it is a bazooka team, but it has frag HE shells, so he was able to destroy my infantry units here and pushing forward. On this side I'm pushing slowly, trying to take this flag or controlling and holding this flag. This gun is basically covering all the road, and it has good accuracy, and it has 2000 meter range. Wow, that's good. This Risita, as I mentioned, this is a very good gun in the Romanian army. So he has vetted troops here, but I am able so far to push a little bit. In this side, he is gonna try to destroy this Tanko Disaniki. He of course have the advantage of adding or spamming more units because of the income. He is playing as a Maverick. And he decided to kill these troops using a bomber. That is going to hurt. Yes. So he destroyed most of them using this bomber. He doesn't have an anti-air here, but he has a fighter. So an air battle in this side. I think the BF-109 is much better than the Yak-1B. But let's see if I can destroy him or I can at least escape. I have an anti-tank, an anti-air here. Yeah, and I was able to destroy his BF-109 and basically escape my Yak-1B. He has mortars here, trying to destroy this unit, and he has some troops. The problem that I don't have a long-range anti-tank to protect this road. But anyway, I'm trying to hold as much as I can. He started deploying anti-air on the south. This gun, I think it's stuck. I had this issue. These guns somehow they get stuck. I think there is a problem in the site in this map, because it was about to reload but then it didn't fire. I'm trying to destroy his units here. He was able to clear this area and advance. Again, he's pushing another BF 109, trying to get the A20C Boston. So he's marking this Zenard. I think he's planning to bomb it or use the mortars on it. So he's pushing so hard in this area. I'm trying to defend. He's putting all his efforts on the north, and in the south he's just defending. He's trying to destroy this M2A1 using this bazooka team or Panzerschreck team. He has one light armor also. I'm pushing a T-70 Razvedka. He was able to destroy it. I don't have so many troops, only the Komroti leader. He's able to push here so hard. So he now has 13 flag, 14 flag. And he's reaching the anti-air even. So I pushed some light vehicles. Not sure if this anti-tank covers the road. Yeah. This is also one of the good anti-tanks. But I kinda expected that he's covering this road, so I moved this side. And here, fight still going on. I'm pushing the T-70 Razvedka, and I was able to destroy his anti-tank here. I'm trying to use the BTRS to destroy this light vehicle. Let's see if it's gonna do any difference. No, I think it's gonna be destroyed. Yes. So we'll see if the T-70 Razvedka is going to be able to do anything. So I'm pushing all sort of recon units here, and that exactly the good thing about these recon units, that you can rely on them as they are cheap and they can just counter or do a push, especially if you are faced by also cheap recon units. In this side, I was able to destroy his recon unit using the T-70 Razvedka, and now he is deploying one more Panzerschreck team. I like this team, to be honest. It has a strength of 7, and basically can work as close combat and as an anti-tank unit. But he has better units in general, better infantry units. He's trying to destroy the A-20 Boston. He deploys another Messerschmitt BF-109G. We are now in phase B, so that's his best advantage because he has better income. Too bad the A-20 did not cause much damage to this Pioneer. It should have taken this one down, but anyway. On this side, he started pushing tanks, and he's pushing the Stug, known here as a TA, but it's basically a Stug. I'm trying now to do a line of defense in this side. He has two Stugs advancing, and I have one anti-tank here. He's advancing also his anti-tank gun on this side, and it was destroyed. And he's strengthened his anti-air units in this side as well. We destroyed his recon. You see, this one is some kind stuck. I mean, come on. Did not even fire. And it has the entire road in front of it. So this is really bad. One of the things also that caused a miss during this game. So fighting is almost now on all fronts. He tries to deploy one unit here. 13 flag to him, 11 to me. And we are in phase B. I deployed one anti-tank, another anti-tank gun here, trying to take down this Stug. He has lots of infantry on this side. And the Tiger joins the fight. Yes, and we were able to destroy it. So now I get the chance to push more units here in order to destroy his infantry, and I was able to kill some units here. Still, he's pushing hard on the north. So he's firing on my T-70 Razvedka. I'm pushing more troops. He's deploying also our Stug in this side. He was able to bin this T-70 Razvedka basically. On here I'm trying to regain control of this side. This tree is not as powerful as it should be, but it's trying to do some damage to the Stug. He has 15 flag and I have only 9. And he's pushing so hard. He's in phase C, so that's basically his main advantage. In phase B, deploying another tiger, but he has this Riseta 75mm. As I mentioned, it's a very powerful anti-tank gun, very capable. 160mm penetration, so it can easily penetrate the tiger. This recon unit is causing me lots of trouble. Advancing the T-70. And finally, we got it. I think he's gonna destroy it now with the Panzer Shrek team. Okay, the tiger is engaging with a fight with this gun. Wow. Trying to withdraw. Oh, I lost the tiger. Too bad. Also trying to regain control of this flag. He has really good anti-air. See this gun. Finally, it fires. The rate of fire is 12 RM, so I don't know why it's kind of slow on firing here. Deploys a STO, which is basically good in infantry support. He's trying to destroy these. So I was able to destroy his gun here. That's good. Deploying an off map in this side, trying to destroy him. And a Razvedka as well. So finally I was able to destroy his unit here. I'm trying to do also a maneuver on this side by encircling this pioneer. He's still able to hold this forest. Now I am deploying Su-76 as tank destroyers. Let's see if they can make a difference. Still he has 14 flag and I have only 10. And we have just entered phase C. So he still has the advantage. I was able to clear this area though. Deploying an Ashron here. Don't think if it's gonna be able to do anything, considering the fact that he has this Riseta. He might deploy one here. Yes, he did. So he has a large concentrated force in this side, and I don't have many units. Okay, I am putting an off map on here. And an off map on this side as well, but I think he's gonna be able to escape this because he's advancing. Okay, good off map in this side. He was able to destroy the Su-76 using the Stu. That is really strange. I think he used the heat shells. He's pushing hard on this side. Yeah, he's pushing so hard on this side now, and on the north as well. "14 flag to 10. But he lost his income advantage, so I'm not sure if... Yeah, he was able to destroy the Nashron as well using this gun. That's what I was actually concerned about. So I'm putting the Su-122, which is a good support gun. He has lots of tanks and infantry. I'm putting the off map as well. He's pushing the Panzerschreck team here and here as well. I started to move this off-map artillery. He was able to destroy the Su-122. Again, another off-map artillery here, killing his troops on the road. On this side, he still have control over the flag. He is fighting also the Tiger. This anti-tank has really powerful range. It's one of the few anti-tanks that has 2000 meter range in the game. Okay, he is now overwhelming me in this side, and I have like 6 minutes remaining, and this is 14 flag to 10. Lots of infantry units I'm deploying. I have put all my strength here, deploying lots of infantry units. I was able to destroy one of his fighters. He deploys another one. And he was able somehow to destroy the tiger here as well. He's playing very well, and I have lost lots of troops in this encounter. I'm using the Katyusha here. Trying to fire on his infantry on this side. Yeah, and he lost his Panzer IV. He's now going to target the Katyusha, I think. I am deploying the last tiger in my inventory. Unfortunately, I lost my anti-air here, so that's why he is gonna try to destroy the Katyusha. I try to escape, but I think he's gonna get it. Yeah, he was able to destroy it. And I was able to destroy his Stug here. I have, however, 3 tank destroyers pushing forward. And now I am able to compensate the flags again. Okay, I lost my Yak-1B. Now I started to spamming infantry. Lost one of the Su-76. Everything calm in the north. Deploying more anti-tank from his side. So he's trying to escape with his Stu here. I think he's gonna lose it. He also lost his recon vehicle. I'm trying to push hard now, considering the fact that I have less time, so this could be my last chance. And it seems that he is running out of troops also. Okay, so I was able to push him here. He has 15 flag and I have only 9. But I am pushing hard. I'm also pushing on the center. Deploying one anti-tank gun here. I was able to regain control of this flag, but we still have large number of troops. Okay, finally I got this gun. Okay, I'm deploying more tanks here. Okay, he lost his anti-tank here thanks to the support gun. So yeah, I regained full control now, 12 flag to 12. And I think I can push from this point. But this was really hard because he's... oh, he decided even to leave. I think at this point he's a practical guy. He realized that I'm pushing forward from this point. He didn't even want to wait. So yeah, he had 3,000 kills and I had 2,800. I think if he would have waited a little bit more, maybe this would have changed. So he decided to basically exit while he is in top. But the score is pretty close. Let's see the number of kills. So from my side, so I was able to take actually down 2 of his fighters using Yak 1B. Also some of his recon units using the T-70. Nothing out of ordinary here. Heavy bombers. Also, I was relying heavily on those. Even though he had pretty good anti-air. The SU-122 also did a good job. But nothing out of ordinary. It was a chaos in this map, to be honest. Of course, he got lots of kills using this anti-tank gun. Panzer Shrek team as well. Okay. His recon units also did a good job. This is Tug as well. Destroyed. It even destroyed the Tiger. SPW, a recon unit. This Risita, I hate this gun. This gun was really bane during this game. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. In general, this was a great game, and it's a good game to showcase this division as well. This division is one of the good divisions in the game. I like it because of the diversity, like what I said. It has a good performance during the battle. So that was basically it, everybody. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope to see you in future games.